It's a countdown show with a mission.
Your home is the biggest investment you're going to make.
Our team of experts is here to give you the numbers. From number 20 all the way to the number 1 top way to add value to your home.
Absolute bang for the buck.
You said it, sister.
You might be surprised which home improvements offer the biggest return.
Plus, we'll give you the lowdown on what not to do. We're about to start counting down and reveal 20 top ways to add value to your home. Starting at the bottom, so to speak, coming in at number 20 on our countdown, take care of business with a home office remodel.
It's a different world. People are working out of their houses.
You know, only dress from the waist up.
It is, to me, not just a luxury, it's a necessity.
Telecommuting mom Donna Dorman found her old den barely workable.
Donna's old office was more like a hunting lodge.
It was ugly wood paneling. There's no other word for it.
In my expert opinion, I have one thing to say. Not so much.
With new windows, a fresh coat of paint, and built-in shelving, Donna turned her dark den into an inviting sanctuary.
Put together like you.
She made it functional for her family, which is huge right now.
The Dorman spent $12,000 transforming her so 20th century space into a valued and valuable 21st century wired wonderland.
For that investment, it was a no-brainer.
Can we get a high five?
$12,000 in is big bucks out.
And that's why a home office remodel makes number 20 on our countdown.
Good job.
On to number 19 on our countdown, a very bright idea. Add a sunroom.
Anytime you can add square footage and living space to your home, it's a winner.
The recessed windows in Mike Stevens and Lisa Kaufman's Tudor home left them in the dark.
I always wanted a house where there was lots of light.
We decided that we would build a sunroom in the back where we have less tree cover and more privacy.
The result? A stunning addition that transformed the entire house.
To be able to have a cathedral ceiling in a Tudor is a perfect counterbalance.
Because you go from the dark, heavy stone to this very open, light sunroom.
In the day, the room attracts sunlight. In the evenings, it attracts guests.
They built a beautiful addition and didn't skimp on the details.
Those are the things that will bring in the bucks.
They made a really good job of making a Tudor modern, but not detracting from the fact that it's a Tudor neighborhood.
Lisa and Mike absolutely have the edge on the neighbors.
I love it, love it, love it.
To another great party.
Like all of our tips, this is not about a flip. We're not talking instant payback, but if you stay in your house and keep your eye on the market, here's what our 20 ways experts say to do. Number 18 on our countdown of the top 20 ways to add value to your home, create or renovate a master suite.
Master suites aren't really a luxury anymore, it's just expected.
Bruce and Errol Wentworth's old bedroom was just that, a room with a bed.
We didn't need more space, we just needed better space.
And they got it. Without adding a single square foot, the couple created a new master suite.
Smart, 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 smart.
If you can work within the footprint of the house, you're going to increase your return on investment.
They're not adding.
They're taking what they have and making it better.
When buyers are walking into master suite, they want a really nice closet.
Always try to squeeze out every little bit of storage you can.
That bathroom, stunning.
It looks like a spa almost.
How does a master suite like this one size up?
They have everything that a new home buyer would be looking for.
On average, 33% of the people that are interested in buying a home these days are more likely to buy that home if it has recently been renovated.
But remember, your home's value depends on your local market.
Your home must match the other homes within your area.
Check out your neighborhood before you check in with a contractor. We're counting down to the #1 way to add value to your home. But before we move on, here's a wise word on what not to do.
Some people think any improvement is a good one.
Not all home improvements are created equal.
Keep in mind that this space may need to sell one day.
Consider the case of concert musician Ronald Muchnick.
Look how we expanded up and out.
Ronald built himself his very own concert hall in his ranch-style home.
Ah!
Sure, if we're in an embassy.
All right, Ronald, if you ever plan on moving, who's going to move in?
An opera singer?
To my knowledge, nobody's going to want balconies in their house.
He's passionate about his music. So, you know, I can't really fault him for what he did.
I don't know if he'll get his money back out of that one.
I will definitely not be moving. This is the house of my dreams, and I want to stay here for as long as possible.
Ronald. Up next.
Marsha.
They're no longer the eyesore of the neighborhood.
I don't care what anybody says, size matters.
Plus, more about what not to do
A real stud knows when to get home.
when 20 Ways to Add Value to Your Home continues. Now onward and upward as we count down 20 ways to add value to your home. The show that's keeping it real when it comes to realty. Our 17th top way to boost your home's value: renovate or add a family room. When Tracy Braun and Chris McIsaac went from one baby to 3 full-fledged kids, things got a little tight. The solution? Add on a family room.
We opened it up so that you can look through all the way, even through the kitchen and into the dining room.
What people want nowadays are open floor plans.
The open space created room for some serious style.
I love the coffered ceilings because it actually mimics the look of the window panes.
Love fireplaces.
Just be warned, beauty like this doesn't come cheap.
It cost about $200,000 altogether.
Will they get their money back? Probably not right away, but their renovated home is now more like new construction. That's what many home buyers are looking for. And in the meantime,
If it's going to bring your family closer together, then absolutely, it's worth it.
here's a hint for our 16th top way to add value to your home. Look up. Number 16 on our countdown, a new roof.
What color is it?
Brown and yellow and green.
Mark and Shannon Hockey had a roof that the neighbors talked about, and not in a good way.
First impression, these people do not take care of their house.
Before, the roof was plain. It was flat, it was turning green in the corners, and there was lots of black streak.
You knew that if there's problems on the roof, perhaps what other problems exist in the house.
So clean it up, get it off, move on.
Mark and Shannon took that advice, replacing their old 3-tab flat shingles with these architectural style beauties.
Architectural shingles that provide a lot more texture, a lot more depth, can really change the character, the feel of the house.
They're no longer the eyesore of the neighborhood.
And the cost can be easy on the pocket.
The new roof cost about $9,000.
From an aesthetic standpoint, to have a new roof that is very architecturally interesting, you can't go wrong.
The appeal went from absolutely very minimum to an absolutely gorgeous looking property, all because of the roof.
As far as the Hockeys are concerned, the new roof is a home run. Let's try that again. A home run. We're a quarter of the way there, counting down to the number 1 way to add value to your home. Number 15, landscape your yard. Tina Delgado's Dust Bowl of a yard was thirsty for a makeover.
It was nothing but dirt and old dead grass, and just pretty overall yucky.
So she turned her desert landscape into a destination hotspot.
Tina has taken this sand dune landscaping and actually transformed it into the most spectacular entertainment area that I have seen in a long time.
With plenty of seating, elegant water features, and lush plants, she created an extra 1,500 square feet for entertaining. So how much did she spend on this outdoor overhaul? Over $100,000.
With Tina spending in excess of $100,000, many would really question that.
But Tina does live in a warm climate.
She gets to use it all year round.
In many ways, she's doubling the size of her house.
Even if you're not in a warm climate, glamming up a not-so-hot yard is a good way to go. Just watch the bucks.
This is what our kitchen used to look like.
And this is what our kitchen looks like now.
If you're serious about boosting your home's value, you might consider putting your money where your mouth is. With number 14 on our countdown, a major kitchen remodel.
Normally I would tell you not to overdo it until I start talking about a kitchen.
Mike and Marcia Pickett's old kitchen was, well, old.
It was the original kitchen from when the house was built, and I believe the house was built in 1978.
Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. That's all I have to say.
The couple realized that extreme measures needed to be taken. They extended the kitchen 6 feet into the backyard, and it made all the difference.
Wow, talk about space.
I don't care what anybody says, size matters in a kitchen.
You said it, sister. The bigger, the better.
They totally updated it, did a beautiful job, incorporated lots of recessed lighting and cherry cabinets, and really opened it up.
It wasn't cheap, but it was an investment for the long term.
The payback comes 10 years down the road. Having the same old tired kitchen in a 1978 house is going to stop a house from selling.
So it could be the difference between being able to sell your house or not in a tighter market.
Which, if you've got the bucks, makes a major kitchen remodel number 14 on our countdown of 20 ways to add value to your home. And if you want to check out more advice and tips on how to add value to your home, go to hgtv.com/value. Before we hammer out the rest of our countdown, a brief word about a common myth believed by do-it-yourselfers.
I'm convinced I could do it just as well as a contractor.
The bad myth.
Meet Jeff Bensing, a self-proclaimed handyman who may just have an unrealistic idea of his knack for remodeling.
I decided to take some space I had in the basement and remodel it into a guest suite. I think I'm going to save quite a bit of money by doing it myself.
Jeff.
All right, Mr. Handyman, you think you know what you're doing. That's great.
Jeff makes me very nervous because he's going in demolishing things that he's not sure what lies below.
Ooh, that's nasty. Termite damage.
Whoa.
Jeff's definitely bit off more than he can chew.
Yeah, whenever I don't know what to do, I use duct tape.
Doing it yourself can sometimes save money, but you need to know your limits.
Take my advice, a real stud knows when to get help.
There's certain projects that are very simple, very low risk to tackle yourself, and there's many others you really need to bring in a professional.
The update? Jeff called in a contractor to finish the job. And no, he didn't save any money. Coming up on our countdown, adding on without regrets.
First thing that comes to mind is a miracle bra. That makes sense.
Ching ching, more money.
When 20 ways to add value to your home continues. we're moving toward cracking the top 10 ways to add value to your home. But we've got a few more to go first. If your home has fewer faucets than beds, you might want to consider number 13 on our countdown, add a bathroom.
It just is really what people want. They want specialized bathrooms for different purposes within the home.
Saeed Dion's century-old home had 2 bathrooms, both upstairs. Not an ideal situation for guests.
People come to my house and they really walk to the steps and go upstairs for a bathroom, so that was uncomfortable for my friend and for me.
It's like making an announcement, hearing them walk up the stairs, and the clock is ticking.
Why would you want them tramping up the stairs throughout your home?
Where are they?
So Saeed took a page out of Harry Potter and found some unused space under the stairs. Voila, a powder room.
The nice thing about tucking a bathroom underneath the stair is that this is oftentimes just lost space that all it would end up being is storage anyway.
And with the powder room costing only $4,000, he added serious value to the house for his friends and himself.
Excuse me.
Adding space often adds value, but before you start slapping up walls, check out number 12 on our countdown. Make sure to blend your addition with the rest of the house.
I think you'll be surprised to find out how many houses look like it's completely mismatched.
Robin and Peter Gilbert's old house had little in the way of curb appeal.
The house was so blah.
But when the Gilberts built an addition to add storage and bathroom space, they took the opportunity to give the house a facelift.
This is where the actual addition begins. It's probably about 10 feet along here, and then coming out to the front, probably about another 15 feet.
What a huge transformation to Peter and Robin's home.
First thing that comes to mind when I look at the before and the after is a miracle bra. Does that make sense? And it's really taking what you've got and making it better.
You cannot tell where the original house started and where it ended and where the new addition begins.
And in terms of value, this is going to be obvious. Ching ching, more money.
The value of our next home improvement is, shall we say, transparent. Coming in at number 11 in our 20 ways to add value to your home, replace those old windows.
On an average house, 30% of your energy is lost through windows.
The windows are not only important in terms of the energy issues, but they also sort of signal to a future buyer, I really care about my home.
If windows are the eyes of a house, Mike and Juanita Higginbotham's old windows were more like eyesores.
They would fog up in between the glass.
There was a lot of sweating and condensation.
Water had accumulated behind them and under them, rotting out the sills.
Sweating, fogging, nasty. Juanita and Mike's windows sound like the back seat of an old station wagon at a drive-in.
Potential home buyer looks at that and says, if that's rotted, what's behind that wall?
So now, they're replacing all 31 of their windows with new double-glazed wood casement windows.
When you go with the double pane glazing, not only are you getting 2 pieces, more than double the protection with the low-E and argon gas, you're having a continuous piece of glass running the entire length of the sash instead of lots of individual panes to leak air.
I especially love the features of the mini blinds. They are between the glass, which I think is fantastic, and no one have to dust all those blinds.
Low maintenance, high efficiency, ease of operation, and they're just going to look good.
At a total cost of $57,000, Mike and Juanita have learned that it's better to throw money at your windows than out of them.
Absolutely worth every cent of their money.
We've reached the top 10. Here's a clue. Look out below.
The easiest way to do a renovation, use the space you already have. Classic example, a basement.
Number 10 on our countdown, a basement remodel. The Harveys' old basement was plain Jane.
Before the remodel, no one ever came down to our basement.
I wanted to have something that would go, wow.
The Harveys were looking for wow, and they got some wow.
They have that bar area, so I can imagine having cocktails down there. They have a beautiful 800-pound fish tank.
That's a beautiful showpiece that creates a focal point in that space.
They picked finishes that were beautiful.
It's just a fantastic usable space where before they weren't even using it at all.
Got the vino.
I want to know who I need to grease to get into that basement.
Coming up, step into the top 9. It's wall-to-wall value.
You went from very sort of traditional,
Plain vanilla look.
a little bit safe, to
Personality, and it gives it pop.
That's exactly what you want.
wow.
When we return, the #1 way to add value to your home is coming up fast. Welcome back.
Come on.
Our experts are revved up.
Woo!
We're counting down to the #1 way to add value to your home. If you're looking for ways to bring the outdoors in, why not consider taking the indoors out? With number 9 on our countdown, add a deck.
On average, when a homeowner adds a deck, they are likely to recoup approximately 76% return on their investment.
Especially when you've got a view like this one.
We live in this southeast United States where you can be outside most of the year, and so we wanted to take advantage of that.
Jim and Gail Norman took their family's barely used backyard and added a 4-level 1,800 square foot deck onto their house.
1,800 square feet, 4 levels. That's a huge deck, isn't it?
You don't want your deck to be more than a third of your house. So the Norman's house is 5,000 square feet, so they're safe.
The cost of the deck was approximately $25,000.
$25,000 to add a deck, a bit on the high end. Most decks cost about $10,000, give or take.
An appraisal's #1 rule is finding homes that are very similar within a mile away of your home. So matching your improvements to the homes in your neighborhood is very important.
With the Normans living in Florida, it makes sense for them.
Their local real estate market justifies a deck to end all decks. But for now, the Normans are just going to kick back and enjoy it.
This is my old, gross bathroom. And now look at my beautiful bathroom.
Congratulations, Joyce and Charlie Crow. You just made number 8 on our countdown with a major bathroom remodel. Joyce and Charlie's old master bathroom was a wreck.
It was almost like a frat house bathroom.
The Crows transformed their ugly duckling into a swan of a master bath by finding more space, but not with an addition.
Stealing space seemed like a better solution, so we came into the closet area and we came in about 1.5 to 2 feet.
And with 2 more feet, there's more room to get gorgeous.
They've created 2 spaces. I mean, she has her vanity so she can apply her makeup, and then he has his sink so he can get ready.
Long gone is that tub and gross tile, and in is a tall open shower space. Little skylight for some added sunlight.
But isn't something missing?
Another one of my favorite features of my newly renovated bathroom is my private water closet.
I think privacy is key. Obviously, this bathroom now caters to 2 people as opposed to just 1.
Actually, now there's room for 3.
Hey, Ollie.
Hey, buddy, how are you? Good morning. How are you?
Down to number 7 on our countdown. You'll like the price tag on this one.
Take my advice, paint, paint, paint. Don't be afraid of it.
Painting is the easiest thing to to do to dramatically change your home.
Paulo Mato's art collection is quite distinctive. Unfortunately, his walls are not.
I think would be fantastic.
Here's some tips if you're not sure about your color sense.
Hire a professional color person and get their expert opinion on what color to use.
Something about that color? I like it, yeah.
Tip number 2.
Think classic. Think what's going to go with everything, including my buyer's furniture, not just mine.
Some people can do the work themselves, but if your painting skills are below par, follow tip number 3.
Nothing is worse than a bad paint job. Hire someone, spend the bucks. In the end, it evens out.
For about $600, Paulo's TV room became the centerpiece of his home in just a day.
Paulo's paint job, beautiful.
And certainly took away sort of that plain vanilla look.
You went from very sort of traditional, a little bit safe, to wow.
Because it gives it personality and it gives it pop.
Remember, your competition is always with new construction. New construction is going to be brand new paint.
So fight your fear of commitment and splash a little color on those walls. For more tips on ways to raise your home's value, go to hgtv.com/value. Coming up, the top 6 ways a home renovation pays.
It's already there, it's under your roof.
My gosh, I mean, it is such a cozy room.
This will be a potential buyer's dream.
I want to move in there.
When 20 ways to add value to your home returns. We're closing in on the top 5 ways to add value to your home. But first, don't let this next one go over your head.
A lot of the times, it's dead space that isn't being utilized.
It's already there, it's under your roof.
Coming in at number 6 on our list, renovate your attic.
Well, we're in an attic.
At Sandra Lamberti's house, the attic above her garage wasn't exactly hospitable. But now, daughter Caroline is chilling in her attic turned 2-bedroom suite.
It's kind of like I have my own apartment up there. I just have so much space.
Sandra wisely followed one of the main rules about renovating your attic: keep it light.
So we added as many windows as we could.
This attic renovation is a renovation supersize. She's now got these wonderful recessed lights, hardwood floors, custom seating, built-ins.
My gosh, I mean, it is such a cozy room. I want to move in there.
This will be a potential buyer's dream.
The Lambertis spent big because they're in an expensive market. But it wasn't all about the resale. The value of seeing their teen actually appreciate something?
The addition over the attic was the best thing ever.
Priceless. Warning, if you think adding a swimming pool means always adding value to your home, think
location.
Location. Location.
If every day is summer in your climate, probably your neighbors all have pools also.
if you live in a pool-friendly region, that's one thing. But if you live in a cooler climate, it could be a different story.
In most of the areas of the country, adding a pool is a scary proposition.
It's a big liability.
I'd think about it twice.
David Moore and Lori Kaslov are thinking twice right about now. It's the 10-month off-season for their pool.
Back in 1985, the housing market was pretty tight.
We absolutely weren't looking for a pool.
We bought the house in spite of the pool.
And it's constant.
It's been a money pit.
So where's the romance in maintaining a pool?
Well, actually, I don't do a whole lot of the work. I have my pool boy over here. He does most of the work.
Lori and David have made the best of it. But if you live in a seasonal climate like they do, just remember this.
It's strictly going to be a personal choice.
Enough said. We've got 4 more to go till we reach the #1 rated way to add value to your home. Get vertical with number 5 on our countdown, a 2-story addition.
A good rule of thumb is the second floor is about 50% of the cost of the first floor.
You've already got the guys building there, you've got the subcontractors.
So once you add on to the footprint of the house, making it multiple level makes all the real sense in the world.
A 2-story addition can do more than just add square footage. It can bring balance to a lopsided house, like that of Beverly and Bob Holler.
Beverly and Bob's house made no sense.
The flat roof over the garage really stood out like a sore thumb.
Upstairs, a confusion of tiny rooms meant no master suite.
The bathroom was out in the hallway.
Very awkward.
What to do? Add 2.
Maybe we can solve both problems at the same time and put a 2-story addition on top of the garage.
The addition of this 2-story space on top of the already existing garage was brilliant.
They used all of that dead space to build 2 wonderful rooms, a reading room and a master suite.
They've not only added extra square footage, but they've added tremendous curb appeal.
If they were to sell that property today, I think they would make a heck of a profit on it.
If you want to get even more tips on how to up your home's value, go to hgtv.com/value. Coming up.
Guys, you don't have to spend a ton of money.
For a few $1,000s, he went from icky to elegant.
Wise investment.
When 20 ways to add value to your home continues. We're almost there, closing in on the #1 way to add value to your home. Now be honest, does your home have a unique specialty room or a room to show off your cheese grater collection? No one's saying you need to give up your special place, but it's important to hold back.
When you get too custom and too into your own personal taste, if you ever plan on reselling that home, you might have a problem.
That's why #4 on our list is don't over-customize rooms. Annie Donovan loves plants, so does her son Isaac. But for her husband Winston, it goes deeper than that.
My husband Winston is an agronomist.
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 That's a new word in my vocabulary, agronomist.
An agronomist is a person who studies soils and plants.
All right, that works.
Naturally, Winston convinced his wife that they needed an additional room so he could grow and study his exotic plants.
One of the things we were worried about was building a room for plants and whether or not such an investment would maintain its value.
So Winston and Annie took advice from the pros.
They're investing a lot, $87,000 into the home, so they want to have future uses for it.
And keep in mind that other people then, if you end up having to sell the house, they're going to be able to look at it and imagine it as something else.
Winston and Annie kept it simple. The only user-specific features are the sink and the separate climate control system. Bamboo flooring, wiring for cable, phone and DSL, and lots of windows keep the room versatile.
Winston didn't go too far. He kept the room convertible. It can easily be converted into a guest suite,
A studio.
Or maybe it's in the future it's a family room or a den.
But for now, it's a plant room.
I love this room.
If you take all the plants out, it would be a terrific exercise or yoga room.
I hope she doesn't want to take it over someday. It's going to be a fight.
Sometimes giving your existing space a little nip and tuck can add a lot of value. Coming in at #3, a minor kitchen remodel.
Okay, so here's the fast and furious about the kitchen remodeling.
I'll bet you if you get creative and think about some small changes,
you don't have to spend a ton of money.
Tommy and Margot Koo cooked up a plan for upgrading their family's old kitchen.
We had intended to move back to Australia, which meant that we were going to have to sell the house, so we didn't really want to spend a lot of money. We just took the wallpaper off the wall and painted it green. We changed the appliances so that they're all stainless steel. And thirdly, we just changed the door handles to match the appliances. And lastly, we just changed the light.
What I find is that more and more buyers are expecting some standard items in your kitchen. One of them, stainless steel appliances.
People are looking for gourmet kitchens. Whether they can cook or not, a kitchen is a huge prospect for a buyer.
The work didn't cost a lot.
We spent about $6,000 total.
I personally think that they will be able to get $10,000 for it. Spend 6, get 10, wise investment.
And hey, we all know kitchens sell houses.
There's one other room where just a little upgrade can leave you feeling flush. Making a splash all the way at the number 2 slot in our countdown, a minor bathroom remodel.
Minor is always better because 1, you spend less money, and 2, you will receive a greater return.
Jim Morrissey is putting the final touch on his newly remodeled bathroom. The old bathroom was a nightmare.
My bathroom was just so outdated. Old tile, old bathtub, old sink, old toilet.
Nobody likes a dirty, scuzzy bathroom.
I had to renovate the bathroom.
Jim had a tight budget, so he kept the remodel minor.
The total cost of my bathroom renovation was under $8,000.
But the return was substantial.
This is it, the new remodeled bathroom.
So what was Jim's secret to success?
The layout is the same as the original bathroom. The sink is in the same place, toilet's in the same place, and the bathtub's in the same place.
If you keep the footprint of your room, there's not a lot of expense that has to go into it.
This is my favorite kind of makeover. For a few $1,000s, he went from icky to elegant.
That's fun.
So take a hint from Jim and know the right time to indulge.
Time to take a bath. Talk to you later.
For more on how to boost your home's worth, go to hgtv.com/value. Coming up.
Oh, it's number 1?
What's your guess about the number 1 way to add value to your home?
All right, the tension's mounting.
It may not be glamorous.
And the winner is...
Wow, what a surprise.
And any last thoughts about what not to do?
It was quite horrid.
The grand finale up next. This is it. We've made it down to number 1 on our countdown. But before we unveil the number 1 way to add value to your home, let's talk about another myth conception.
Many homeowners think that it's a good idea to follow the latest design trends. Well, let me just tell you, that's not always the case.
When Joy Curzio saw her future husband Patrick's house, it was a blast from the past. A bad blast.
When I moved in, the entire house was peach. Everything.
Ooh, glamour, don't!
It was quite horrid.
Peach wallpaper went out in the 80s.
It's textured, and when you touch it, it's almost like fur.
If they want to do well when they sell this house, they've got some work to do.
Yeah, it's starting to come down.
It's coming down okay.
Woo!
But what should go up in its place?
I like to go with colors and palettes that will have more of a timeless feel.
We're probably going to sell the house in the next 5 years, so we definitely want to go something a little bit more neutral.
So remember, following the latest trends can be a big don't.
because in a couple years, you're going to end up just like Joy and Patrick with their peach wallpaper. Everything's going to be outdated and you are going to be way behind the times.
Oh, I don't.
Looks like everything's non-peachy for our newlyweds. And that's a good thing. At last, time to reveal the latest national survey's #1 way to add value to your home.
Can I have a drum roll?
Wait. Let's do a little recap, shall we? We kicked off at number 20 with a home office remodel. Number 19, add a sunroom. Number 18, create or renovate a master suite. Number 17, renovate or add a family room. At number 16, top things off with a new roof. Number 15, landscape your yard to greatness. Number 14, if you've got the bucks in the market, do a major kitchen remodel. Coming in at number 13, add a bathroom. You really can't have too many bathrooms. Number 12, expand your space with an addition that blends with the rest of your house. Number 11, replace those old windows. Number 10, a basement remodel. And the 9th best way to add value to your home? Add a deck. Number 8, a major bathroom remodel. Number 7 on the list, paint, paint, paint. Coming in at number 6, transform storage space to living space and renovate your attic. And the 5th best way to get a return on investing in your home? Build up with a 2-story addition. Number 4, don't over-customize rooms. Number 3, costs little, could return a lot, a minor kitchen remodel. Number 2, same principle, spend a little on a minor bathroom remodel and you're likely to see the rewards. Which brings us down to number 1. Okay, we're ready this time, Tanya.
I have a drum roll, please.
The best way to add value to your home and get the biggest return on your investment is to replace your old siding. Bet you didn't see that coming.
Oh, it's number 1?
Wow, what a surprise.
It may not be glamorous, but folks, yes, siding is number 1.
We've got one chance to make a first impression in the real estate world.
If your siding is in bad shape, your home's gonna earn the title fixer-upper.
Siding's number 1 because
You can always judge a book by its cover.
It sets the tone for expectations of what somebody's going to see when they come inside the house.
Woohoo! You didn't woohoo.
Kathy and Jeff Gray are clearly not actors, but they are homeowners who added new siding to their home. Their old mismatched vinyl siding just didn't cut it.
No character, plain, terrible colors.
So Kathy dreamed up an idea that would add curb appeal and lower maintenance with composite siding.
cement board siding is efficient, it lasts, and it's no maintenance.
They have taken that old kind of piecemealed exterior and created a really beautiful, more Victorian, stylized home.
So spill it, Jeff. How much did this sideshow cost?
The rough cost of the siding itself was about $30,000.
$30,000. I'm surprised to hear it only cost $30,000.
And I'll bet you anything, they put a for sale sign up there and there are going to be people knocking the door down.
And now, Kathy and Jeff are free to explore other interests.
Congratulations, Kathy and Jeff, for being number 1.
So there you have it, the top 20 ways to add value to your home. But before you rush off with hammer and checkbook, listen to our final words of advice. Check out the market, check out your neighborhood, and think about how long you're going to stay in your home. Plus, here's a few more free words of wisdom.
Try to keep a balance between your personal style and what works with the area.
Between what you want and what you'll have and what you think other people may want when you sell it.
You don't want to limit who you're able to sell your house to in the future.
So that's our show. Now don't just sit there. Go add some value to your home.
I'm really gonna miss this peach wallpaper.
Do you want a private moment with the peach wallpaper?
Please.
The first time I came in here, there were so many plants I got lost. It took me an hour to get out.
That's a wrap.